Hey there, amazing coaches. It is Rachel Feldman in today's episode, and I am really excited to jump into this topic. I am going to be talking about, I would say, the number one question that I get from coaches left and right. I even spoke to a doctor the other day, and she asked me this question. I spoke to a functional medicine practitioner in London, and she asked me this question. I spoke to a bunch of different wellness coaches from almost every different school, and this question comes up constantly. So in today's free training slash episode, we are going to talk about how do you actually create these irresistible packages. How do you create packages that sell and that your ideal client really not only wants and desires, but makes it even better for you as far as the conversion? Before I dive into that, I just want to give a little shout out to one of my clients, and she also happens to be the person who does my intuitive readings for my health stuff. Her name is Manisa. We had an amazing session this morning because I, like many of you, were feeling that exhaustion, that tiredness. And if you are like me, who's had multiple different autoimmune diagnoses and viral stuff and EBV, then you will love this little tip that she said, this morning, which was to just make sure that you're really boosting the adrenals. I know for me, and I'll just show you one of the companies that she recommends, which is Vimergy. I love it. It's a really clean company. So I'm upping the game on my B12. I am supporting my adrenals with licorice. Of course, she gave me, a specific what to do for my own, reading. We are upping the game on zinc. And my good friend, Anne-Louise Gittleman, when I interviewed her, this is one of the huge factors that Anne-Louise always talks about, which is zinc. So if you are in that place where you're feeling exhausted and tired, just remember, whether it's that you follow somebody like Medical Medium or Dr. Lamb or Dr. Wilson or Aviva Jill Ram, make sure that you are loving up your adrenal health. So that's just a tip on the healthy, the behind the scenes of what we need to do. I also want to just honor the fact that a lot of us are heart-based coaches. A lot of us are feelers, and a lot of us are just feeling that energy that is all around the world, not just in the US. I know that the conversations I've had in the last few weeks, few months, it's coaches and myself all saying the same thing, is that we feel that stress, even if we're holding really great boundaries, even if we're holding capacity for ourselves and honoring the fact that we may have to pivot how we've been working, which can be a little, nerve-wracking and scary. But I will say this, is if you take time, especially on the weekend, I know I do this on Saturday and Sunday, to plan for the week ahead, plan your non-negotiables, plan your deadlines, and stick to them. We're all going to feel overwhelmed. There's going to be times in your life like this one where maybe there's pivoting or there's change. And I know for many of the coaches who also contact me, that infancy of our business or that scaling up or that growth phase, there's always going to be a sense of overwhelm. But it's what we do with the overwhelm. So just remember, as you're planning out your Q4 or you're really forward thinking into the first quarter, sit down and one, give yourself a little compassion, two, get the support that you need. I know for myself that I have made sure that I've hired coaches to hold my hand and support me and be that person that I can go to and and that's really important for us as coaches. I think that we forget that often, and we feel depleted, we feel exhausted, maybe even dry skin, and even a little depressed. For many of us who are feelers, we can go into kind of that anxiety, depression at times. And I'm not saying this as a blanket statement, but just really honor what you need. And if finances are a problem, really look in your area for group acupuncture or a lot of these amazing teleservices that are now being offered that are at such a great economical rate, not only for yourself, but even just, for your client. So get that support. Okay. We are going to dive now into this topic. A lot of coaches, as I said in the beginning of this, ask me, how do I put my packages together? We talk about sales funnels, we talk about high ticket programs, we talk about lower cost offers, but we don't always talk about how to make it irresistible. And so I want to just walk you through some very simple ideas. So if you have your higher ticket, option, maybe it's your 3 month, and last week we talked about pricing, $333 a month. So clearly 1 month of working with you is a 1K program. It's one thing to say, you know what, we're going to meet twice a month and you get access to these guides and these pre-recorded videos. That's how many of the coaches use our content. They use it even in their one-on-one to create an automated practice and system for their one-on-one clients. Another thing that you can do when you're sweetening that package is actually to do some check-ins as well. So let's just say you have this 3-month package. What's included? You're including the content, you're including even pre-recorded videos that you can have that address your ideal client's concerns and problems and some of their roadblocks. We all know that it's not uncommon for our clients to have the information, to know what they're supposed to do. But many of our clients get stuck in, how do I actually implement this into my life? And so those videos, and what I did with Rachel's Wellness was I had 2 videos a week that I sent my client. I also made sure to include in my package a 15-minute, I called it the gutsy check-in, because I knew that one of the objections to actually signing up with me was that maybe, number one, my ideal client had already been down the road and they've done a lot of testing. They're jaded and they feel hesitant about working with somebody new. So right there in my amazing irresistible package, I said, no worries. I know that when you've been down the block and I know that you've been on the hamster wheel because I've been there, that is the reason why I include a 15-minute check-in. You could even do 2 15-minute check-ins if you so desired. And that really made my client see, I'm not going to do this alone. So I didn't just have my session that we were meeting twice a month. I knew that adding in that 15-minute check-in weekly not only would hold my client accountable, but 2, as far as heart-based selling and really thinking, what would hold a person back from moving forward and wanting to embark on a health journey? It's all the fears. It's all the, well, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not doing it now. I know that I'm supposed to get off gluten, but I'm not doing it. I often feel stuck when it comes to eating out. I often feel overwhelmed starting a new plan. Adding in that extra check-in told my ideal client, you're not going to be alone. So when you're creating these irresistible packages, think really, what is the objection of my client? And what I would do as an action step is write down, what are the top 5 objections that your ideal client's going to have? Because the truth is, everyone talks about how to do a sales funnel. Everyone talks about email marketing. Everyone talks about the different platforms you should use. Everyone talks about the Facebook ads. Everyone talks about Instagram and Reels and TikTok and social media and content planning. But if we don't know how to create that offer that actually converts, especially in the infancy stage when we're building our business, it's really hard to show up with that confidence and speak the transformation to our ideal client, listen for the objections, because they will tell you on a discovery call or in a personal message or in a DM or back and forth in an email. So really making sure that you're thinking, what would really close this out for somebody? What would make them actually feel this is the right step? Second, how do you also sweeten a deal on your packages? Let's just even move out of one-on-one for a second. We talked last week about pricing, and I said there are so many different pricing strategies, and you will see that episode. You can go right to rachafeldman.com/podcast and go to the episode on the healthy hustle where we dove into pricing. What I want you to think about is the same strategy that we're using to create an irresistible package that somebody would want to embark with you for that 3-month commitment is the same strategy that we are going to put in to a group or a membership. Many of you are doing memberships in January. Many of you are doing low cost offers for November, such as Cyber, Black Friday. You're doing a maybe Christmas or Hanukkah or New Year's offer. It depends really on what you envision for the next quarter. Well, let's make this really, really easy. The same goes for your one-on-one package. You want to make that irresistible. That package isn't just, well, yeah, I'm a gut specialist and we're going to go through step 1, 2, and 3. Step 1 is the baseline of a detox. Step 2 is rebuilding and restoring. Maybe that's the gut program or the Candida program or AIP. And then the third step could be that transformation, mind and body. You want that same step process and that excitement in the irresistible package to also be reflected in your groups or your self-paced offers. So let's think in a sea of coaches, in a sea of people that are doing deals for the holidays, how can you set yourself apart? So number 1 is maybe you're looking to launch a 7-day a 10-day detox or a 14-day detox or a 7-day weight loss or a 4-day reboot, or I've seen a bunch of people buying the holiday survival guide. So maybe you're launching that. In a world where there is a sea of people and you want to stand out, this is what you do. Sit there and look at that offer and say, okay, if I have a goal of selling 30 of these, what would actually solidify this deal? What would make it super irresistible? 1 is you can add in 3 bonuses. And these are very, very simple, guys, because when you think and you step back from all the sales pages that you come to, or the opportunities, those low cost ones where it's like, get this for only $27 and you get access to this whole entire program. Plus bonuses, you can do the same. So you're going to take one, of course, program that you're selling. From that program, I want you to think of 3 bonus masterclasses. And when I say that little masterclass, it only needs to be 15 to 20 minutes. This is going to give your ideal client, the person who's looking at everyone else, it's going to give them 1, reassurance that you just go over the top. 2, those videos, I want you to really think about your ideal client going through these holidays and how you can make those videos really be the problem solver. Meaning, if you're doing a 10-day sugar detox, video number 1 could be on how do you survive going through Thanksgiving without eating sugar. Number 2 video could be, how do you actually cook some of your favorite Thanksgiving and holiday meals without even adding an ounce of sugar? And number 3 could even be, if you do have a slip up, this is the way that I get rid of all the inflammation. 3 little videos that attack problem, problem, problem. And that is also how we create irresistible offers. The same applies to your groups. A lot of you will say things like, Rach, I have this group and, I launched it and it didn't go that great, or I launched and I didn't get as many people. When you launch a group or even your self-paced programs, 1, always make sure that it solves the problem of your ideal client. 2, always make sure that you've given yourself enough marketing time. 3, make sure that that package is irresistible. How many times have you gone to a program and it says, here, join and grab this for only $297. And there's a video, and then there's what's included in the program, and then right under there's a bonus, a bonus, a bonus. I want you to start thinking like the wellness entrepreneur. Many of us as heart-based coaches, we are feelers. We've either gone through this experience ourselves, or we've witnessed somebody who has gone through it and our heart gets pulled. Don't let it pull you so far that you don't think about the marketing, and then don't just think about the marketing aspect, because then you lose that approach of really being heart-based and showing up in the most real way, which our clients want. So how do you make that super simple? You look at your group. You look at the group program that you're offering. The same is applicable to looking at your do-it-yourself. These lower cost options are such a great opportunity for somebody to get to know you. We know that for that group and that do-it-yourself, the promise for each. We know that it's not one-on-one coaching, but we know that transformation can truly happen when somebody is guided through that program. So here's my simple solution. 1 is you define what program is going to be that group program. And then you start to add bonuses. These bonuses for many of you are sitting right in the drop boxes that you guys buy the programs from us. For example, if you're launching a detox, instead of going and worrying about creating something, you go into the folder and you look at opt-in freebie. Take that opt-in freebie, that's bonus 1. Take another freebie, that's bonus 2. Take a workshop and do a class off of it, and that's bonus 3. Because everything in the folders for that program are going to relate to what? The actual program. The same is applicable in really pricing out your offers. Many people sit there and say, well, how much should I price a group? This is relative. As I always say with pricing, just in the same way as sealing the deal and adding those extra goodies to it, you want to sit there and say, what is the goal of this group? So if your business is modeled around groups and membership, then of course you may want to be looking at your pricing structure to be a little higher. Maybe an example is you wouldn't use the same strategy that Christina Weiss did, where she went in for a lower cost group at $97 if you're only doing 1 group. You may want to sit there and say, is it worth me going higher? Do I have enough confidence in myself yet? And do I have enough to sweeten this opportunity and enough authority? Doesn't mean that you ever doubt your prices. It doesn't mean that you ever don't charge your worth. It's that pricing really is about strategy. So Christina did a low cost offer at $97 because she also knew that she was going to do an upsell to and offer that to anybody who wanted to do a one-on-one. She also knew that she was going to be taking them to a next opportunity. So doing a low cost $97 opportunity and then leading them to another group was, for Christina, a great pricing model. There are other people who, of course, charge $297 for a 4-week, $397, $497. This really depends on the person that you attract, and also your confidence, and also adding these sweet bonuses to make it an irresistible package. Let me give you a perfect example. My client launched her 4-week program. And this is a group program. She's done it before. So this is called evergreen, which means that she's done it before and she's repeating that process. We've always added these bonuses. Some people do, of course, an early bird special. And of course, that is giving somebody a price incentive. But we also wanted her ideal client to get super excited that they were getting some extra goodies. And so one of the bonuses was a video. One of them was a PDF guide. And then another was a PDF guide and video showing them how to take this very simple step for a 3-day detox. Because we added these very simple bonuses that you can put right in your Facebook forum, or you can send to people by email once they register, or you can even put them on a Google Doc where they have an access to all their bonuses. They felt what? Excitement. You also create something called FOMO, this fear of missing out. These bonuses are here. Are they going to be here next time? And so creating an irresistible package for your group is not difficult. It just takes planning. And my tip, honestly, is to sit there and say, when is my launch date? Let's just take even Black Friday or for Cyber, for US Thanksgiving. What am I going to be launching? When do I start sending out some emails that I'm going to be launching this? If I'm launching this day after Thursday, it probably is a really good idea to send maybe email 1 the week before on Thursday, maybe email 2 on Monday, talking about the promises, talking about the benefits, and getting your ideal client really excited. If you have no list, you can do the same on either your personal page, or you could even do it on your business page. I'm not a lover for doing links to buy on a personal page, but I do love on Facebook on a personal page, building that excitement. And so I would be talking about how exciting it is that I'm going to launch a 10-day sugar detox, and then I'm doing it for this sick, amazing price because I want to pay it forward this year for everyone who feels stagnant and stuck during their holiday season, and ensure that anybody who is my ideal client gets their stuff together, gets off sugar, and is able to do something in a fun community and lift spirits. That's not me selling. That's me starting to set the stage, talking about the benefits, so that when I open cart and I say to people, oh my God, you definitely want to join. I'm going to be doing this in my group. Make a specific group for that. Do some lives right into the group. Then it's a no-brainer for somebody who is like, oh, wow, this is great. Plus, she's giving me these extra bonuses. And then guess what, guys? That low-cost opportunity where somebody says, oh, my goodness, this is so awesome. I've been struggling with sugar. Wow, this price is so great. And I'm getting these extra bonuses. Opens the door for what? People getting a taste of what it's like to work with you at a lower cost option. They're going to probably come back for more, especially if you say, hey, I'm going to be opening up my membership in January, or, hey, I'm doing a sugar intensive course in January. Do you want to get on the early bird pricing? Most often people say yes. And that doesn't even have to be happening in automation. That can just be saying, hey guys, was this really amazing? If you want to get on the early bird. I'm giving special bonuses for everyone doing the early bird. Keep it simple, guys. Always think about what is right for your ideal client, and then think about pricing. If that lower cost option or that lower cost option for cyber is something like, let me just get a calculator, is something like $47, 940. If it's $67 times 20, that's $1340. Then think, where am I leading them to? How many people of this goal that I have at 20 would be an ideal fit for my one-on-one? Really play it out so that you have a clear picture of not only your goals for the month, but financially how you're pricing your one-on-one, which we talked about last week, your lower cost groups, and the different ways to work with you. Some of you, I know, as I discussed with this functional medicine practitioner in London, she even said, I'm seeing 9 clients a day. I need to have a group. So we are planning out what would be the best for her to do a group in January. She also wants to have a membership. So we talked about kicking off the year with a low cost opportunity, a group, and even kicking off the year and doing it in January, making it the starter program leading into the membership, or doing it as a low cost opportunity like the first week of December and setting the stage for excitement so that when she opens the door for her membership in January, people are ready. Remember, pricing is really relative. Some people go for higher ticket because maybe they don't have these other options to work, to build their sustainable, money that we really need for our coaching business. So don't just ask questions like, how much should I price this? Sit down and actually say, how much is my one-on-one going to be? How much is my hourly? So if somebody wants to do a longer session, that you can say, yeah, we could do a 3-hour, 4-hour VIP day, an intensive. The more that you know your prices, what you offer, and how you're going to get to your 3K, 5K, 10K months, the same thing that you're doing in this one simple step today. And I know it feels complicated, but I promise you that when you lay down these core basic numbers, you're going to start to say, how many of this low cost offer do I need to sell a month? How many people do I need on discovery sessions so that I can talk to them about my higher ticket, higher touch 3-month 1K program, or 3-month 2K program, or 3-month, 6K program. It depends on your pricing and what you offer. And then it becomes a lot easier. You're not going to feel like you're that hamster in the wheel. You're going to take full control of your business, your finances, and most importantly, helping somebody to change their life. So guys, it's been a pleasure to be with you guys today. If you have any questions, drop them below, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.